Hey guys, I happen to be wearing my WSQK shirt, so we are going to be making a Stranger Things joke before I fix my Bugs Bunny pull string puppet, starting now. Okay guys, to beat Vecna, how do we beat Vecna? Oh, of course, obviously. This is obviously 11. And when we open her up, it reveals her powers. And this is obviously Vecna, which has tissues, which means that we can put it inside 11 to enhance her powers. And this is obviously Mr. Whatsit, which is also Henry, and 1, and you get it. And when this also goes inside the toolbox and it closes, 11, and closes, it will reveal more strength. And so then this is the Mind Flayer. Now the Mind Flayer goes into this as well, and then 11 will be even more powerful. Did you like that? That was me making fun of Stranger Things, or its terrible dialogue in 5. I'll give you an example right now.
Let's say that this is Will, and this is Holly, and this, of course, is Max.
Sorry about that.
As you heard from Mike, sorry about that. I just couldn't help myself. Let's continue. Okay guys, let's take the Mind Flayer and stuff out of the box. I'm just joking. So, as you can see, the string is all busted up, and you can hear the shaking. And I think that's his spring. I think the spring must have just attached or what. I don't know what happened. But anyway, let's get started. Oh. There we go. Right, I'm just gonna fast forward through this part, and we will then continue. Okay, we didn't even need to fast forward because that basically came apart in like a few seconds. Alright, let's continue. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay, guys. So, let's take off the tape and see what we have hiding inside of here. What have we got going on here? Yep, just as I thought. Let me show you guys what's going on here. So, essentially, you know that little weird bit that I talked about that didn't hook into here? I'll do an instant replay. So, okay guys, so this is the first time I've ever seen this. It does not have a place to put the spring. As you can see here, let's compare the voice box to a real one. You can see how there's a little peg that sticks out on the top and bottom shell, but there is no peg there, it's just smooth. Okay guys, so, oh, stupid, I forgot that, you know, that was attached, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to essentially just redo this entire part. Alright, let me see what I can do. Okay. Let me get my razor blade and just cut this string. There we go. Okay. There we go.
Be careful, it feels like it's leaking.
Alright, thank you. This is my dad over here. I don't know if you can see him.
Rock on!
Okay. So we're gonna pull everything apart again. So much for fixing it, am I right? Okay. So the problem is that there's nothing to attach to. This is weird. Wait a minute. This isn't supposed to look like this. No, that got bent. Okay. That's why. Alright. So the problem is, guys, I need to... You know what? Let me solve this problem. I am just going to put an incision... Hold on a minute. Let me just not cut a hole. We need to get this lined up. So what I'm going to do... This is what I should have done the first time. Don't know why I didn't. I'm going to put the record back in. Actually, hold on a minute. I'm going to wind the spring back up. Just by, winding it up. Oh, it fell off. Okay. No problemo. Oh. Alright, we're all tangled up here. Let me try to untangle it. I used to think these springs were so ginormous, guys, but, I've started working on clock springs and, I've started the real, sorry, these are clock springs. I've started to work on, like, 1940 record player springs, and those, one of these are not the same. Alright. There we go. All bent back into shape. Now let's just put it back into the groove, which was for some reason so difficult to hook in. Right. And now let's just wind it all back up. Sorry if you can hear background noise because I have a fan on here. It's freaking hot. No, we live in Ohio, so it's pretty humid. Okay, so we got it all wound up now. So now we need to make a decision right where we want it to be. Now, of course, this isn't, the correct way yet, but that doesn't matter right now. That doesn't matter right now. Okay. Oop. Alright, don't let go, Lennon. Alright, I got it. So the spring needs to go... Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay, the spring needs to go... right about there. Alright, I can see the mark. Okay. Now I will put an incision into the plastic. The main spring can literally just sit in there. Okay. Right. Now we just need it so that it can actually... Okay. We're getting there. Alright, that cut nicely. There we go. Alright, now, let's try to stick it in. Yep, that fits in very nicely. Then we might put some super glue around that just to keep it secure. Okay, so now we are going to start to reassemble everything. And like I said, now it should work perfectly, supposedly, because of the fact that the spring won't fall out. But simply, the only thing that happened was the spring fell out. But this should be a very simple fix. So, oh, it unhooked again. Yep, no big deal. Alright, let's bend this spring back to shape. You don't want to bend these too much, but they're pretty bendable. There we go. And then I'll make sure everything's nice and clean again. But first we'll actually test it. We obviously won't have to replace things like O-rings and stuff because it's all brand new. It's barely ever been used. Alright, that's basically the perfect length. So now, let's hook the spring, my little custom cut. I don't know if this is like a design flaw or something, because it's really weird how it doesn't have a cut, a thing in it. But it fits perfectly, so that should work just fine. Yep, it's holding. Alright, let's pop it back in. Okay. Right. Now we need to untangle this ridiculously tangled string and flip it. Oop, and flip it the other way. Might have to replace the string if necessary, but I think we'll be able to do it. If not, that's fine. This should now hold. Yep, it holds. Right, so now let's tighten this spring up a bit. There we go. Wind it up some more. And there we go. Alright. Alright guys, found some lock-up scissors. Right, so... right. Let's governor back in. If you guys ever need help to fix these things, just go to speezylenin@gmail.com and you can tell me your problem, and I can tell you my address and stuff. You just can't tell anyone else. And I would happily fix it for you. For free. No money. Well, I mean, of course you have to ship it, but, you know, I will give it to you for free. No questions asked. I don't want to make money off these things. I just really enjoy making them. You know. I mean, fixing them. I don't know why I said making. Alright, there we go. Okay, there we go. All done. Okay, let me let me put on my lock-up scissors. Alright, they're on their tightest mode. Alright, let's get the sound box. Oops. There's a lot of things you have to hold at once, you know what I mean? And it's kind of difficult. There we go. Alright, we got it on. Let's make sure that mainspring doesn't move. But it can't even because the lid's closed, so... Well, I mean, I guess it could go through the gap. Let's see. Yep, it's strong enough. Okay, that's good. It works. Alright, it's a little slow. Oh, I bet it's this mainspring, isn't it? Okay. See, this is where we make adjustments. We are going to have to keep. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay. That would have been a big disaster, but we got it. Oh, okay. Alright, let's make sure my hands are not near the, okay, we'll just have to, yep. Okay. Alright, let me make this much deeper. The hole, I mean. There we go. That should now work. Alright, now let's put it all back together again. Okay, actually it's still hooked in, so this shouldn't be too difficult. Nope. No big deal. It's not even difficult in the first place, you know, it just takes up time. The quicker the better. Alright, there we go. All back together again. Alright, let's wind this spring back up. See, any different pressure or anything can cause the spring to work differently, you know what I mean? So it has to be perfect. Alright, that should work. I like how strong the fit it is. Alright, there we go. That is much better. That's much lower to the ground. So this looks perfect. It looks just like how it should. So now let's put it all back together again. Close this razor blade so we don't cut ourselves. Alright, let's do that and do that. Put the garbage in. Okay. Now we're good. Put the mainspring back in, like so. And alright guys, let's see if it'll work. Hey, we got it. I think the spring was just in, you know, too far up, so it caused different pressure. Whoa. Okay, it's actually still doing it. Huh. Okay. Let's lighten up a bit. Alright, there we go. Let's see. This will work now. The spring is a bit bent, so I might have to just end up replacing the spring. Let's see. Okay, that's way too tight. Alright, now let's try it. Like I said, man, it's just all about adjusting and trying to get it just right. I think I know what the problem is, guys. Yep, the spring keeps getting caught because it's bent. They did this before as well. I might be able to get it just right. But if not, I have many replacement springs. I can just go downstairs and get a new one. God dang it. Yeah, see how the spring is loose like that? It shouldn't be like that. Keeps getting caught. Oop. Alright, might just be able to bend it with my fingers. It's close for sure. First of all, I think a bigger problem is the string isn't long enough anymore. So I think the problem is that it's too short. Okay, let me try loosening it as much as it can go. Oh no! I think it was just getting hot. Look at how long it can go. Yeah, that's way longer than it was going, right? Yeah. I mean, it's still short. But that can make a huge difference. Okay, so now let's wind it back on. Like this. And see if now it will work. I think that was the problem. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. it not working? See, I bet you since we just kinked it, it will wind right back in. Okay, no it doesn't. Come on. You know, oh yeah, you know what? I think I know what the problem is. I forgot. You're probably shouting at the screen because I have this little trick. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I found my dream thing. WD-40 silicone. It works perfectly. Now, that's not good. Alright, we're good. Alright. So now, let's, ow. Okay, let's do that. And then add a tiny little bit of WD-40 silicone. There, that should do it. You don't need much. And I just want to let you know, if you're trying to fix talking toys just the way I am, don't. Unless you like my way. Because everyone prefers their own way. Everyone fixes it their own different way. You know, just because you go to one watch store doesn't mean everyone fixes it the exact same way. Everyone has their own personality way of fixing these things. So if you like fixing talking toys or any toy, you're looking at my videos for guidance, you can, but don't, you know, copy what I'm doing unless you love what I'm doing, because, you know, my way might not be the best. You might have a better way, you know. Alright, let me, yeah, look at it, there we go. I do not like, though, how much it's getting, caught like that. I don't like that. There we go. Now we're good. Now let's put everything back together. And now, this time it might work better. Let's hope it does, shall we? Alright, let's see.
What's your name, girl?
Dang it. Well, let me try putting more lube in, because I didn't put in that much. I might not have put in enough. Oh. Okay. Alright, that should be plenty enough. Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna then put our spring back into position. Oh, shoot. Nice one, lemon. Come on. There. It's a little bit tricky, you know, since it's not actually the real thing. Let me just try winding it. Okay. Alright, there's my setup. Alright. Come on. Hey! Now. Oh. Got a little bit of excess, don't we? Alright. It's not like it's gonna hurt anything. It's not like that part even gets rubbed off, so we'll be fine. If this doesn't work still, then we know that this isn't the problem. It's probably the spring, isn't it? Alright.
I'm a rabbit. What are you?
Okay. That worked that time.
I'm a rabbit. What are you?
Oop, it got slower, didn't it?
I'm a rabbit. What are you?
Yep.
I love carrots.
Maybe not, actually.
I love carrots. I'm a rabbit. What's up, dog?
I think that's just because there's not much string. I think that's the only reason it's slowing down. Yep. We put in a little too much loop. Alright, let me wipe all this poop up. There we go. You know what? I think we might have to replace this string. I mean, look at it. It's getting pretty yucky. Well, that sucks. Yep. Alright, we're gonna have to replace the string. We just don't have enough here. So, let's, cut it. Go. You see, look, that string was barely long enough. Alright, so the good news is the lube works. So I'm not even going to film this part because I've done it millions of times. I don't have much iPhone storage, so I'm just going to cut here. Good night. Alright guys, I got it threaded through. It's pretty simple. Now I'm just going to make 2 knots. And cut the extra off. And pull it through. Alright, now, what's a good length? I think that is. Alright, there's our string. Alright, now let's have a look at this mainspring that keeps causing us problems. And I can immediately tell you why this thing is all jacked up. We just need to get it so that it is perfectly round. Then curve it in. Then now we just gotta kind of gradually bend it inwards. There, that should work. Nope. Alright. Now, before we put that in, let's clean up all this spilled, yeah, it's crazy, silicone. It's always going to be there, But as long as it's not, you know, wet and sticking there, you know, it should be fine. There we go. It's not like it's going where this other stuff is, so it'll be just fine. Okay. Let's put this mainspring on yet again. And there. Now we wind it up. Alright, we're getting there. So now I have more than enough string. Okay. Alright. Come on. Okay. That is snapped in very nicely. There. This should hold. Yep. Alright, now I gotta thread this all through again. But now the string is way longer. Alright, all done. It's all threaded back through again. Alright, let's put the God, man. Ow, God. Alright, now let's put the scissors back on. Okay. There. Now, for the 8 millionth time, let us get our seam ripper. Is there any scratches on there? No. Let us get our seam ripper. Seam ripper. And do this. All done. Alright, now, my voice just cracked, sorry about that. Now, we are going to put it all back together again and see how it works. Not great. God dang it. Okay. Okay, that sounded pretty good. Okay, this time it's working. Dang it. I do not understand why you aren't working. I'm gonna make this string even looser. Hold on a minute. Let me make it as tight as I possibly can. Again. Well, first of all, let me make this spring even, like, literally super tight. Alright. Now I'm just trying to, there we go. That's way too short. We're just gonna keep gradually making it shorter until we get the right length. Okay guys, it took a while, but I got it working. It's also because the iPhone ran out of storage. But, here it is. There you go. I'll now show you together. Hey guys, let me show you the final product. Dun-dun! Here he is. Bugs Bunny. And he works perfectly.
What's your name, Doc? I love carrots.
And yes, I saw one of your comments saying to put on a carrot, but those carrots are plastic. So I won't be able to do that. If you have any ideas to how to make one, put it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. Alright guys, there you go. Thanks for watching again. Because I had to fix it again, it was quite frustrating. Anyway, see ya.